Should I read? Should I write? Should I speak? Should I listen? Do I watch? What do I do? There's so much. How do I know what to do? This is a disaster. Language learning is so freaking hard. There's so much. No matter what you do, you're doing something wrong. That's just modern life now. Why? If I eat kale, that's not spinach. Well, spinach, so that's going to put too much of this vitamin in you, and you can't have that. No, and you can't drink water. Well, this water has fluoride in it. Now that kills your pineal gland. Well, that's not crazy. What's crazy? And then oh my God, what are we doing? Is there just like, we have to step back. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this video so that you guys don't lose your minds, because looking at this, it's insane. When you're inside the beast, Duolingo tells you to do this. At least we know what to do there, right? What do I do with Duolingo, Will? Well, it's telling me that the little green bird says if I do a few hours every day, it'll help. No, that app sucks. That's the worst one. That's the worst app. I know everybody's a little worried that Duolingo is going to get upset with me. They're not worried. With their $4 billion, they're okay. So if you're trying to understand the aim of today's video, we're going to try and make sure that you are utilizing all of the tools, the main ones with which you can use your input or your output in a correct manner, and how much you should actually be doing. Read, write, speak method. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like I should just read some, then I should write and speak, and I'll speak a language. It's never that simple. Languages are a very complex thing. The whole point here is that we have to understand how to delineate our time. We know very well, reading, speaking, writing, all these things are going to help, but how much? There's a ton of research, too much research actually, into all of these things and what's going on. So I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of background so that you can choose. The problem with language learning and all the ways you're going about it and all the different methods are that none of them are tailored towards you. They are not customized. They have not gone through your life. They don't know why you're going to do it. And as you'll see here, regardless of the fact that we know you will see more vocab, you will meet more vocab if you read. While reading, and of course for extensive reading and with comprehensible input, you know that you have to have you need to nearly be able to understand everything that you're reading, all right? 98%, Paul Nation, I've mentioned it many times. We'll see if we can get him on to discuss all the stuff and all the things on reading. But suffice it to say, we know that will get you a lot of vocab. Here's the thing. Follow me down this track. I know it's crazy, but trust me, in the end, if you see the light like I do, it will change your language learning, and I will definitely be happy for you. While you may see more vocab, it may not be the right thing for you, because you won't do it. And the only thing that matters in language learning, the thing that is above all, is your consistency. Those of you taking 2 hours on the weekend to study your language, or you get a tutor lesson, twice a week, and you don't do anything in between, that is not going to cut it. It is the consistent little smacks, hammering away slowly every day, that is going to bring you the gains eventually. Same as your freaking investment account. What they have us doing in language learning is fighting over the different tactics that we need, when that's not the point. Just like when you need to get fit, it would be a waste of your time to say, I can't figure out if I should do P90X, cross train, if I should run, or if I should do strength training, or if I should do this and do, none of that matters when you're not fit. What matters is that you do something to get fit every single day. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't things that are better or not. What I'm saying is that there are better things for you. Okay, there are going to be better things for you. And just like this with language learning, the thing that matters most is not that you're going to see more words when you're reading. It's, good God, am I going to do this every day? Will I show up every day if I read? If the answer is no, you've got to find a different way of incorporating it. You've got to find the thing that you're going to show up every day to do. Because it is that. Once you have your thing, you're going to double down on that. Now, getting into a more structured way of viewing reading, writing, and speaking, we want to make sure that we are doing more input than we are output at the beginning. When you're at the beginning phases of language learning, you need to have way more input than you do output, and that should be clear to everyone because you don't know the language, so you need to assimilate and get all these words and get this stuff in. One of the things that you need to do across your week, and something that we do in all of our classes and courses, is that we have a specific day for output. We have test day. Now, test day looks different than it did in school. I don't care if you know this grammar chart. I don't care if you know these conjugations. I care if you can communicate an idea to me. And that is what you need to do on your test day. You probably don't have this. If you take our course, you're going to have that structured into your time. Of course, you're going to help figure out what it is exactly that you are trying to communicate, but you have to have this. There's no way to learn a language without testing yourself in the real world. And this practice, this happens through output. Now, you can utilize this, and it's not something that I've talked about a whole bunch. You can utilize this by writing. So what I mean here is that when we're talking about read, write, speak, we are reading. We are taking this book, this subject, this thing, and we are reading and reading and reading and reading. All right, we're not worried about pronunciation and all that stuff yet. Guys, I'll make a complete separate video on pronunciation, accents, all those things, trying to get better on this, where your tongue is placed and noticing these things. And there's so much that can be done there, but these are separate things. Don't worry about all of those things at once because it's just gonna bog you down. The true call here today is to make sure that you have a designated output day. And what that looks like is more than just your 1 hour with your tutor that you've got. I'm saying to hell with input on this day. Try to communicate. Try to get across. You will start to see that your brain will, you have to push. The great thing that happens in our course is that you get to a point and you push. And next week you get a little bit more and you push. Most language learners avoid this part. This is the problem. This is how you do Duolingo for months and months and months and get to the country and you can't speak at all. All right? You don't want to fall into this trap. You have to constantly be testing yourself and constantly be stretching. It's uncomfortable, it's annoying, but if you're watching this video, you are at a point right now where you probably think, am I gonna do this or am I not gonna do this? And as I like to say a whole bunch, we see here, you are adults. We can see the stats. We know your ages. You're adults. So you are either going to do this or you're not. And that's why you're watching. So I'm saying that you have to test. That output can look like you speaking a whole ton. You don't care about the input that you're getting in that day. You're trying to talk. Convey. It doesn't just look like you speaking someone's head off. It looks like having a conversation, having another conversation. Who cares what the input is about and all this stuff? No, when you're going to write, you care about writing. You write stream of consciousness on this day. Anything and everything, stuff that you didn't know you could convey is going to come out. And you're also going to see stuff that you clearly have no idea. You realize now, I've never exposed myself to this area of the language here. Why have I been hiding from this? I feel comfortable over here. And it's good because you do have to get comfortable in some areas, but on these testing days, you have to stretch. We do it everywhere else. But when it comes to language learning, we'd rather just, I don't know if I can speak or not. How do you not know? You should test. To be perfectly honest, I could make this video way longer, but I think I've gotten my point across. Know that you have to test. Know that you want to be flipping back and forth between this reading, writing, speaking, reading, writing, speaking, reading, writing, speaking. Okay, input, output hard. Okay? Really make this a point in your language learning, and by that, you will get this feedback that you know you need. By getting this feedback, you are going to be able to correct. And if you correct, that means there's going to be less mistakes, and it's just going to go on and on and on. And before you know it, you'll be able to communicate things, even if you can't do this in an amazingly eloquent fashion. Guys, leave us a like, comment, check out all our courses. Enjoy your lives. Enjoy the language journey. Don't use Duolingo. See you later.